So, good morning, class. Today's topic is the second part of plant kingdom, or we can say it is the phanerogamy. Phanerogamy is that second group of the plant kingdom, in which the plants coming have bear the seeds. Means the plant, those plant which are bearing the seeds or seed bearing plants are known as the phanerogamy. Non-seed bearing plants bear the cryptogamy and the seed bearing plants are the phanerogamy. So today's topic is the phanerogamy. In the phanerogamy we have two divisions. Number one is the gymnospermic plant and number two is the angiospermic plant. Gymnospermic plants are the naked seed bearing plants and angiospermic means the flowering plants. So in the first division, gymnospermic is also known as the conifers, because the canopy is of the plant is just like a cone. If we have to see the canopy, the extra structure of that particular gymnospermic plants, we find that they are just like a cone structure. So they are known as the conifers. The main characteristic is the naked seed bearing plants, means the seeds are not enclosed in the seed coat. So seeds are totally naked. Have you ever seen the sabudana? Sabudana seed is also naked. You find that sabudana seed is totally naked. So naked seed bearing plants are known as the gymnospermic plants, having the taproot system. Taproot, there are basically two type of root system. One is the taproot system, another is the adventitious root system. So the plants which are coming under the gymnospermic division, they have taproot system. Taproot means a single primary root is a very long root, then secondary root, tertiary root and the rootlets. Such type of root is very capable to suck the water and minerals from the depths or the deep areas of the soil, very depth of the soil. So it shows the symbiotic relationship with the fungi also. Sometimes they are known as the mycorrhiza. Myco means fungi, rhiza means the roots of the higher plants. So it also shows the symbiotic relationship with the fungi, or sometimes the nitrogen fixation bacteria is also found in that root. So the taproot of the gymnospermic plants having the corollide root, such type of roots are known as the corollide root. Corollide root means it have nitrogen fixation cyanobacteria are present over there in the root of the gymnospermic plant. The leaves of the gymnospermic plants are needle-like, because mostly these plants are found in the hilly areas and we find that so many snowfall were also there. So leaves are needle shaped to avoid deposition of the snow during the snowfall. So vascular tissues well developed is there. Well developed means the xylem and phloems, an entire vascular system, the vascular tissues are fully mature and developed. And the sporophytic plants means the plant which are containing the spores for their purpose of reproduction. Sometimes they are just like a shrub and sometimes they are the large tree. In the case of the large tree, we know that a very common name, that is the giant redwood tree. It is known as the sequoia. Sequoia is the largest plant that coming under the gymnosperm. Now come to the classification. What is the classification of this gymnospermic plant? It have four types of four divisions, four subdivision. Number one is the coniferophyta, means all the conifers, cone-like structure plant. Cycadopsida, cycas plants is coming under it. Gingopsida, gingo plant. Nitopsida, nitum plant, just like a shrub plants are coming under this. Thuja plants, shrub plants, moorpankhi plants, they are known as the coming under the Nitophyta. You can see in this picture cycas plant, Cycas revoluta. Pinus plant having a pinus cone is there. And nitum plant, nitum is a shrub like structure, nitum plant. Three plants, very common plants that you can see in the botanical garden, in any garden which have these type of plants, ornamental plants that are coming under the gymnosperms. You can see here the pinus plant, pinus cone, pinus strobili. Strobili is that stalk. Earlier we told that strobili. Strobili is that portion, the topmost portion where the cone are present, male cone and female cone. And this is the cycas plant, just like a khazur plant, cycas plant, cycas revoluta. And ginkgo plant. Ginkgo is the very ancient time plants, that ginkgo biloba, a very important plant. Seeds are there and leaves are very huge leaves is found in this plant, ginkgo plant. This is the ginkgo biloba plant. You can see here a very huge leaf as well as a seed or cone is there, ginkgo biloba. Now, what type of fertilization is found or occur in the gymnospermic plant? Microspores. Microspores means small spores that develop into the male gametophyte. So male and female plants are separated. Male gametophytes or male gametophyte is known as that having the pollen grains, and megaspores means large size of the spore develop into the female gametophyte. Pollen carries by the wind. So wind pollination is occur in the gymnospermic plant and it is deposited on the ovules. Ovules are found in the female gametophytes. Fertilization occur in the archegonia. So fertilization is an internal type in the archegonia, in the female reproductive organ, and the zygote develop it into the embryo. Now the next division is known as the angiosperm. Angiospermy, angio means enclosed, spermy means seed. Seed are totally enclosed in the seed coat. They are known as the flowering plants, a very huge and big division of the entire plant kingdom, and the reproductive structure is known as the flower. Basically, flower is the modified shoot. The modification of the shoot is coming under the flower formation. So flower is a modified shoot as well as it is the reproductive structure of the angiospermic plant. The ovule develop inside the ovary. So ovary is there and ovules are also there. Hence the seeds are within the fruits. Because ovules are enclosed in the ovary, that's why the seeds are also enclosed inside the fruit. So after the fertilization, fruit is formed. Vascular tissues are well developed, means xylem having the vessels and the phloem having the sieve tube with the companion cells. So both cells are present over here, and the xylem have vessels also, tracheids also, vessels also, and phloem have the sieve tubes and the companion cells also. So fully matured xylem and phloem is found in the division angiosperm. You can see here the flowering plants, a very blooming flowers. You can see so many variety of flowers. You can imagine very marvelous and very brightness and very beautiful flowers, flowering birds you can see on our earth. So the flower is a reproductive structure and it contains the male sex organs. They are known as the stamens. In your previous junior classes you have already studied this. Filament plus anther, and female sex organs, that is known as the pistils, and pistil have the three parts: ovary, style and stigma. Pistil is the female reproductive part and stamens are the male reproductive. Now what kind of fertilization and development of seeds and fruits are found in the angiospermic plant? One male gamete. We know that there are two male gametes. The type of double fertilization is known as the very unique characteristic of the angiospermic plants. One male gamete, when fuses with the egg cell, the process is known as the syngamy, and second male gamete is going to be fuses with the secondary nucleus. Secondary nucleus having the two cells, means PEN, primary endosperm nucleus. As the three cells are fused, the chromosomes number became the 3N or the triple fusion. But the syngamy and the triple fusion, there are two types of fertilization. So this is known as the two-way fertilization or the double fertilization. Actually, by the help of this double fertilization, endosperms is going to be developed, which is responsible for the nourishment of the developing embryo found inside the seed. And in angiosperms are of two types, divided into two categories: the dicot plant and the monocot plant. Dicot plants are those which have the seeds with the two cotyledons, and monocots basically cereal crops. It have only one cot in their seed. Another character, that is alternation of generation, means generation to generation changes. In angiospermic, gametes produce and spores produce both alternate to each other. They are alternate to each other. Gamete produce, then spore produce, and then gamete produce. Means zygote undergo the meiosis division to form the haploid spores. After the development fusion of the both the gametes, the zygote is found, and this formed zygotes undergoes the meiosis cell division, having the half number of chromosomes, they known as the haploid spore, which germinate to form the haploid gametophyte. So alternation of generation is also found in the angiosperms or in the phenologamy. Now next is the pattern of the life cycle. There are the three basic patterns of the life cycle is found in the plant kingdom. One is the haplontic life cycle. Basically it is found in the algae. Haplontic means development of the entire algae or the plant with the half number of chromosomes, haploid cell. Diplontic life cycle, gymnospermic, angiospermic, and some algae like fucus. It have diplontic, means chromosomes number is the double in the zygote, and zygote is responsible for the development of the new plant. Sometimes haplodiplontic life cycle is also found in the bryophytes and pteridophytes, and in the some algae like ectocarpus and sea kelp, means brown algae. It is having to seen haplodiplontic life cycles, means haploid is dominating over the diploid, and diploid is after the dominating over the haploid. So both the type of life cycle is found in these bryophytes, pteridophytes, and some algae like ectocarpus and sea kelp, or we can say in the brown algae. So they are the three basic patterns of the life cycle. So now coming to the what is the reproductive process, what is the kind of reproduction, maturation of the angiosperms, that we have to study in the next class, means class 12. So thank you class. This is in this picture you can see over here a tree, tree, the classification tree of the plant kingdom. Thank you and have a nice day.